Am I in the air?
Well, all right. What is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA, and I'm your host, and I'm so happy that you're here to join me once again to get caught up with all the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news, television, movies, non-spoiler reviews. You come right here on a week-by-week basis to get caught up with it all. Tonight, it's season 28, episode 30, and tonight's show is titled, It's a Trap! We're going to be breaking down the news from July 31st through today, August the 6th. Got one non-spoiler movie to talk about. Then, of course, we'll get into the news of the week. Before we jump on in, it is plug time. It's been a hot minute since we've been able to do some plugs, but we finally were able to bring it to you guys the other night. We got together for the second time of 2024, but it's been about 7 months. But the crew got together, myself, Friggins, Peeps, for a very special Am I Still on the Air? It is the Deadpool and Wolverine spoiler review, baby. We went live on the YouTubes last week, went on there, did the video form, and the three of us broke down Deadpool and all of its spoiled, filled glory. It was awesome. It was so great to get back with these guys. We hadn't done a spoiler review since November of last year when we did the Marvels. And then the only one we've done this year was at the beginning of the year back in January when we did our top 10 films of 2023 and our top 10 most anticipated of 2024. Other than that, we had not gotten together and done an Am I Still in the Air in quite some time. So it was really, really cool to get back with the guys and for about 2 hours just chop it up about everything Deadpool and Wolverine. It was such a fun conversation. And of course, at the end, we talk about the updated MCU countdown. The three of us go through all 34 films in the MCU and rank them now that Deadpool and Wolverine is out. And then we even have a little bonus discussion at the end about Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom. So if you haven't checked out that episode yet, I implore you to do it with the quickness. It is available in two formats. It's available in video form on the YouTube page, youtube.com/Am I on the Air. You'll see the video right there. It's also in our playlist called Am I Still on the Air? So very easy to find. But if you don't like to watch video and you like to stick to the podcast, it's right here on this same podcast feed. You will see the audio version of it. So whether you want to listen or you want to watch, it is there for your pleasure. All right, with the plug out the way, let's get into our movie review of the week. And of course, it is the latest film from M. Night Shyamalan. It is the new release from this past weekend, Trap. Once again, the latest from M. Night Shyamalan. He wrote, he directed it. It stars Josh Hartnett. And that's pretty much your lead character. You're not going to really recognize anybody else. Kid Cudi pops up in a very quick role. Yeah, that's about it. You don't think you're going to really notice many other people in this film. But this is the one here where I'm sure you've seen the trailer where Josh Hartnett is taking his daughter to a concert, kind of like a Taylor Swift Eras Tour concert, right? But it's from the pop star Lady Raven, who, of course, is amazing. She's the biggest pop star in the world, played by Salika, who is M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. And she really is a singer and a dancer, so this was pretty cool to see her kind of inserted this way. But yes, a father and teen daughter attend a pop concert where they realize that they're at the center of a dark and sinister event. So even that premise isn't all that great. 30,000 fans, 300 cops, one serial killer, no escape. So again, if you've seen the trailer, this is no spoiler. You know that basically they're at this pop concert and all these police start surrounding the arena during the concert, and Josh Hartnett's character finds out that the reason there's so many police around is because they're trying to catch this serial killer called the Butcher, who they had found out has been um he's been they're pretty sure he's there at the concert, so they're basically questioning all the men and trying to find this serial killer. Well, of course, it turns out that the serial killer is Josh Hartnett. He is the Butcher, and it becomes this cat and mouse game. How is he going to get out of this concert, and how's he going to get away with it all? Right, and we're kind of off to the races. That's where I'm going to kind of leave it. Here's what I'm going to say about this movie here. Number one, I want to start out with the positives. It was a fun little movie. It was. I enjoyed watching it, and but my problem is that it wasn't as good as I had hoped it to be. I absolutely loved the trailer, and you never know what you're going to get into, right? When you go to see an M Night Shyamalan film, like here, you're kind of waiting the whole time for this massive twist to happen. And I'll be honest, I don't think he really delivers on a twist in this one here. And that might be him trying to be like, hey, I don't want to be typecast. I shouldn't always have a twist. There's a tiny twist in this film, but it's nothing like, oh my God, like he usually goes for. Um, and that bummed me out a little bit because I was waiting for this big reveal, right? I will say Josh Hartnett is fantastic in this. I'm not even a big Josh Hartnett fan, but I thought he was incredible in this. He plays the role so well of this loving and caring dad, and then at the flip of a dime, he is this serial killer, and he doesn't give no fucks. He's super meticulous and calculating, and it was really cool to kind of see him play it out. The movie goes too long. I know it's only an hour 45, but this should have been a tight 90 minutes for sure. If it was 90 minutes, I think it would have just been such a smoother ride overall. I feel like the movie kind of it starts off super strong in the first half and then it kind of loses you in the second half and then kind of really goes off the rails in the last 15-20 minutes where things are just too convenient and things just happen too easily, and that's a bummer because I just expected more, to be honest. So again, at the end of the day, did I regret seeing this? No. Did I have a good time? Sure. I just wish it had been a little bit better, a couple little tweaks, and this could have been a fantastic movie. But Josh, once again, stand out here. He's so great in it. So Trap, again, not the greatest, but a fun, decent little time. I would also kind of suggest you can wait to streaming for this one. I didn't really feel like this needs to be a run out to the theater type of movie. So for me, Trap gets 3 out of 5 stars. And that's my only review of the week. There was no new TV shows I got into. I'm just kind of catching up and binging through the stuff that I'm already working on. So nothing new on the TV side. Trap is the only movie I got out to the theater to see. And you should go see Deadpool and Wolverine. So why not? That's still the greatest movie that's out right now. Let's get on over to the box office. Coming in at number 10, it's Ponyo. Number 9 is The Firing Squad. Number 8, A Quiet Place Day 1. Number 7, Long Legs. Number 6, Harold and the Purple Crayon. This was a debut. It's the new Zachary Levi movie based on the children's book. It made 6 mil. Number 5 is Inside Out 2. Number 4, Despicable Me 4, which as of today is now available on VOD if you would like to rent it or own it. Number 3 is Trap, so that's where we debut with our new movie of the week at 15.4 million. And then number 2 is Twisters, still holding it down pretty well with another 22.8 mil. And number 1, once again, Deadpool and Wolverine, baby. In its second week, it only dropped 54%. For a movie that made over $200 million in its debut weekend, it's almost a guarantee that the movie would take a 65 to 75% dip from week 1 to week 2. This only went 54%. Great repeat business. It brought in another 96.8 million in its second weekend, man. So this movie has already made 400 million just in the United States, another 400 million internationally. This thing is over 800 million worldwide. By next weekend, it is going to be $1 billion movie, and that's pretty damn fantastic. It's so cool to see. And as of a couple days ago, Deadpool Wolverine here in the United States is the biggest R-rated film of all time. It did pass Passion of the Christ to take that record. So this movie continues to break records. It broke a record in the second weekend as well, too, with how much money it made in a week 1 to week 2 for an R-rated movie. So it just continues to break those records and make that money, son. And I absolutely love to see it. So that's out the way. Let's get into our news of the week. There was no shocker here. As soon as they announced that Kamala Harris was going to be running for president, everybody was saying, get Maya Rudolph on the phone because it's time for some SNL. And it is confirmed Maya Rudolph will be returning to SNL to play Kamala Harris in an election run up video that they're going to be doing. So awesome there. No shocker at all. Matt Damon is teasing doing a possible Rounders sequel. He says everybody involved in the film wants to do it. It's just kind of getting it to all together. So we might get a Rounders too sooner rather than later. Squid Game. It's going to, we got it coming back for season 2, but it's also going to wrap up with season 3. That's right. So Netflix has set the return date and an end game for Squid Game season 2, scheduled to premiere on December 26th over on Netflix, and its third and final season will premiere in 2025. So there you go on that aspect there. Isaac Gonzalez is in negotiations to join James Marsden and Vince Vaughn in Mike and Nick and Alice over at 20th Century Studios. I love Isaac Gonzalez so much. And seeing her with James Marsden and Vince Vaughn, I already love this combination. Let's go. Let's do it. Carrie Underwood, who won the 4th season of American Idol, is all the way back in 2005, is going to be joining the show as a judge for its upcoming 23rd season early next year. She'll be taking over for Katy Perry, who of course left at the end of last season. So big switch there, man. No more Katy, but we're getting Carrie Underwood, which is pretty damn cool there. Colin Jost is set to host, he's going to host a pop culture Jeopardy spinoff. That's right. SNL star Colin Jost will host Prime Video's new pop culture Jeopardy series, which will be a fresh twist on the classic quiz show that blends Jeopardy's academic rigor with the excitement and unpredictability of pop culture. So this is a Jeopardy that I will watch for sure. And pop culture Jeopardy, sign me up, man. I am super stoked for that. All right, guys. Also, that came out this weekend was Rebel Moon, the director's cuts. That's right. I have not been able to watch this yet, and that's because watching both those movies is about 6.5 to 7 hours. They are long movies, but the Rebel Moon universe got bigger over the weekend with the Rebel Moon director's cuts that dropped on Friday. I will be watching these two. I love the trailer. I want to see what they do with an R-rated cut. And I'm down. I just need to get to it. So hopefully we could talk about those here soon. Let's see here. What else we got? SNL cast member Punky Johnson is departing after 4 seasons. This is really sad, man. I think Punky is fantastic. I love every time she pops up in the sketch. So it definitely bums me out that she's leaving SNL. Maya Mitchell and Belmont Cameli, along with Peter Stormare, have joined the cast of Until Dawn, which is Sony's and PlayStation Productions feature adaptation of the hit horror video game. David F. Sandberg is returning to the horror genre with the feature, so love that they're turning that into a movie. A Britney Spears biopic has landed at Universal Pictures with John M. Chu set to direct. That's right, Universal has landed the rights to Britney Spears' best-selling book, The Woman in Me. The studio has attached John M. Chu to direct, and Mark Platt is set to produce. So that should be pretty interesting to see a little Britney biopic. Why not? Elizabeth Banks says that her Invisible Woman movie is no longer in active development. The cast for Lear Rex has added Rachel Bros Hanahan, Lakeith Stanfield, and Peter Dinklage to the cast. A new Blink Twice trailer has dropped, and that's for the new Channing Tatum movie that comes out here in a couple weeks. We also have the teaser trailer for Sweet Pea, which is Ella Purnell's coming of age story. A live action Voltron movie is back on tracks. That's right. We heard this was coming to Netflix a couple years ago from Thurban Marshall. I forget the director's name, the guy who did Red Notice and I believe San Andreas. He was going to direct it for Netflix, and we haven't heard nothing since. Well, now I'm finding out he's still attached to direct, but it looks like it's going to go to Prime Video. So very interesting there. I hope they do it, man. I've waited for a Voltron movie my entire life, and I'm ready for it. So let's go. Neil Marshall is reuniting with the Descent collaborators for a new horror movie called Little Red. The Battlestar Galactica reboot is no longer in development over at Peacock. We have the trailer for Subservience, which is Megan Fox as a killer AI android in a new horror movie. Amazon MGM has also nabbed the rights to Anne Hathaway's movie Yesteryear. Vision showrunner was chosen due to his work on Picard season 3. That's what Kevin Feige says. He saw Picard season 3 and said, "That's a guy I want to work on some Marvel with." And they decided to go with Vision. So very cool. We have a new trailer for Hellboy, The Crooked Man. The movie will have no relation to the other movies and supposedly be completely different. So we'll see if they stick to that. Christopher Lloyd is set to reprise his role in the action sequel for Nobody 2. Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 has officially begun production, so that's awesome. We have the trailer for The Silent Hour, which is Joel Kinnaman's new detective movie. Very interesting that he does a movie called The Silent Hour where he goes deaf when we just had Silent Night just a couple months ago where he couldn't talk. So I don't know, he likes these roles, I guess. Star Wars Skeleton Crew supposedly is going to be hitting Disney Plus on December 3rd. That's what a leak says. No confirmation from Disney Plus yet, but it looks like it will be hitting December 3rd. Rob Lowe confirms that a Selt Elmo's Fire sequel talk has started. He says it's in the very early stages, but they are talking about it. Scream 7 will be Sidney Prescott's story, says Nev Campbell, so we're going back to basics there. Chicago Fire has added private practice vet KD Strickland as the new chief's wife. 911 Lone Star has dropped its final season trailer. Well, everybody's saying it's the final season, but there has been no word from Fox. So I'm hoping there's a little swerve here, and Fox says, "No, man, we're going to renew this thing. We'll bring it back." I love 911 Lone Star. I hope this is the final season, but check out the new trailer that dropped. Fire Country Season 3 has added True Detective's Levin Rambin as an ex-con. Disney, Warner Brothers, and Fox, their joint streaming service is coming out. And let me take a look at the specifics here because I actually didn't care because I don't watch sports, so I had passed by it. But the joint streaming that they're going to do for all sports, everything, will be $42.99 a month. So it sounds a little expensive, but for somebody that wants to watch all the sports, because that's going to be a very impressive portfolio of sports programming that they're going to give you, man. It is a single destination for all the games and events. Um, let's see here. It's going to be in tandem with the NFL this fall. It will give subscribers access to ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN NU, SECN, ACCN, ESPN News, ABC, Fox, FS1, FS2, BTN, TNT, TBS, True TV, and ESPN Plus. That will let subscribers watch live NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL games, along with MMA fights, NASCAR races, and so much more. So there you go, man. That is a lot of bang for your buck for $42.99. So that service is launching soon. Billy Crystal plays a grieving child psychiatrist in Apple TV Plus's new thriller called Before, and it's going to hit Apple TV Plus on October 25th. We, of course, have your streaming guide. It's a new month, so that means your streaming guide is here. That's right, 55 plus TV premieres coming this month on Netflix, Apple TV Plus, Disney Plus, Hulu, Max, Paramount Plus, Peacock, and Prime Video. So get ready for some really good stuff. Suit star Patrick J. Adams is in talks to join the Yellowstone spinoff series with Michelle Pfeiffer and Kurt Russell also in talks to star. Tessa Thompson investigates a murder in Netflix's new limited series called His and Hers. Cobra Kai creators are considering a Mr. Miyagi prequel series. Now that Cobra Kai is done, they're looking to maybe go that direction. I don't know how I feel about that, but I'd kind of be open to it. We'll see. We'll see how something like that can play out for sure. The first casting announcement for one of the upcoming adaptations of Emily Henry's best-selling books has been made. Tom Blythe and Emily Batter are set to star in which book are they doing? Hold on, sorry. Let me pull up this feature adaptation of Henry's People We Meet on Vacation. So that is the one they are adapting there. So you got your cast there. Welcome to Derry. The It prequel series is officially wrapped production. Disney, Marvel, and Pixar is shifting some release dates around. We got the full article up if you'd like to dig into that. Citadel Season 2 has added Matt Berry and Gabriel Leone to the Prime Video series. Love Matt Berry, so that's a great addition there. The Man on Fire Netflix series has added Bobby Cannavale to the cast. Let's see here. We talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about that. Home Team is a new comedy that will be starring Modern Family's Eric Stone Street. It is in the works over at Amazon, and Peyton Manning is one of the executive producers. So very interesting there. I'll definitely check it out. Over back on SNL, we already talked about Punky leaving. Well, Molly Kearney is also leaving the cast ahead of season 50. So bummer, man. It always bums me out to see good cast members leave. 911 Lone Stars promoted Jackson Pace to a series regular for season 5. A wilderness reform horror thriller is coming from Knock at the Cabin writers and Pet Cemetery Bloodlines director. Um, let me see here. We already talked about that. We talked about that. Max dropped a really cool video that basically is previewing all the stuff that's coming out for the rest of the year and the stuff coming back in 2025. So it's a really cool kind of culmination of coming soon kind of stuff, talking about the Sex and the City spinoff, the Penguin, of course, Dune Prophecy, all the stuff coming out the rest of this year. But then you get your first look at The Last of Us Season 2, which is coming in 2025. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, another Game of Thrones spinoff coming in 2025. White Lotus season 3 coming in 2025. The Welcome to Derry we talked about, which is coming in 2025. So a lot of first look videos that we have posted up individually and as like the Max trailer. So check it out. They're very short. They're very, very short. So don't expect any groundbreaking, footage, but it's still cool to see something. We got an article up with the Star Wars timeline. This is the updated timeline of all the movies and TV shows in the franchise, in case you're confused out there. Let's see here. We already talked about that. We already talked about that. We got a full article up with all the movies that are hitting streaming this month. The Fall Guys are going to be coming to Peacock. The new Planet of the Apes, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, is on Hulu right now. The Bike Riders is coming to Peacock this month. So we got a full breakdown of what's coming, when, and where. Sean Levy says, I don't know what form my Marvel future will take, but I'm very confident that Marvel and I aren't done with each other, which is really exciting news that we could see more from Sean Levy and Marvel. He's a great director, and I would love to see another collaboration for sure. Disney Plus, along with Hulu and ESPN, is looking to raise prices once again. I totally feel they're doing this so you get one of the bundles, because the bundles are not changing price. So if you want to keep your price down, bundle Disney with Hulu or do the new Disney, Hulu, and Max bundle. It's so cheap, so much better than doing the one by itself. So keep that in mind. Timothy Chalamet's Bob Dylan movie officially gets a Christmas release date. A Luther Vandross documentary is coming to theaters this fall and will also premiere on CNN, OWN, and Max in 2025. A feature-focused film based on Hulk Hogan's legal battle with Gawker Media is in the works from Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's production company. Um, the Hollywood Reporter has confirmed that their company will produce it. Gus Van Sant is in the negotiations to direct, and Ben Affleck might even star as Hulk Hogan himself, brother. Let me tell you something, Gawker. So that'll be really interesting. This is based on the big legal battle where Gawker shared some footage of a leaked sex tape that Hulk Hogan had no clue as he was even being recorded, and he got millions from this deal. So true story here. I would love to see this project go through, so we'll see what happens with that. Jenna Ortega is in talks to join Glenn Powell in the new J.J. Abrams movie that he's doing over at Warner Brothers. Great casting here. Glenn is great. Jenna is great. J.J. is great. I like it. Let's see what we get here. Zendaya and Robert Pattinson are eyeing a new feature from filmmaker Christoph Borgli titled The Drama. A24 is set to finance and produce the film, so we'll see if they officially sign on, but they're looking like they're closing the deal there. Quinta Brunson, along with Stephanie Hsu, is set to co-star in a new comedy feature called Par for the Course. This will be for Universal Pictures. Seth Rogen's Point Grey will produce, while Abbott Elementary writer Justin Tan will make his directorial debut. I love this. I love all the people involved. I love the cast. I love the director. Love the writers. This sounds really cool. Let's do it. House of the Dragon creator says the show will end with season 4. That's right. Ryan Condal has confirmed that House of the Dragon will likely conclude with season 4. He says, a lot of people were saying it was going to run 5 seasons. He says, no, it's 4, and noted that the rest of the story plan was mapped out after the debut season. A John Wick sequel series is in the works over at Lionsgate TV. That's right, Keanu Reeves, along with Chad Stahelski, are among the executive producers for a new John Wick sequel series that's in development. Robert Levine is attached as a writer and showrunner on the project that is titled John Wick Under the High Table. And supposedly this will take place right after John Wick 4, and it'll be kind of all the assassins trying to like move on now that the high table's kind of been taken out. So there you go. We'll see, man. I'm definitely interested. Naomi Watts, along with Sarah Paulson, have joined Hulu's new legal drama from Ryan Murphy called All's Fair. The new Kenneth Branagh movie has added Jodie Comer and Patricia Arquette to the cast. A new Paddington in Peru trailer has dropped today, so check that out. Balls Up has added Eric Andre and Daniela Melchior to the upcoming comedy movie. Presumed Innocent Season 2 will not have Peter Skarsgård returning. He says he's not interested because he doesn't like to do sequel stuff. So he likes to move on and do fresh things. Now, we've already heard that Season 2 will be all new people and a whole new case. So he might not have even been asked to come back, but he's putting it to rest, saying, I'm done. Shrinking Season 2 dropped a new little teaser trailer and announced that the Apple TV comedy will be returning on October 16th. I'm very excited about this. Shrinking, I thought, was one of the best comedies to come out in years. I absolutely love this show, and I'm so excited that we're getting Season 2 on October 16th. CBS is taking another stab at Einstein. It has ordered a new pilot based on the German Genius Cop drama. We got the MTV VMA 2024 nominations, so check that out if you're interested. A new vampire rom-com from the Ghost creators is in the works over at CBS. Five Nights at Freddy's sequel officially starts filming in October. And the filmmakers that did Talk to Me have just wrapped on their new horror film called Bring Her Back. It is officially wrapped and it should come out next year. And on that note, my friends, that is the end of the show. Look at us bringing it in under 30 minutes. Nice and tight this week. So thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you check out the Deadpool and Wolverine spoiler review. If you've seen the movie, you definitely want to listen to our conversation or watch it over on the YouTube channel. But definitely plug, check it out. Or if you know people that really love Deadpool, share the link, man. We'd really appreciate you sharing the love on some Deadpool and Wolverine. The movie this week will definitely be Borderlands, so I'm looking forward to checking out Borderlands and seeing if it's going to be a hidden gem this year or it's going to be a pile of crap. We'll see what it turns out to be, man. It could definitely go either way, but I'm excited. I think Borderlands looks pretty good. I'm hoping to get a nice little kind of Guardians of the Galaxy type movie. But again, that wraps us up here tonight on August the 6th. Thank you so much for joining me and listening once again to the show. AmIOnTheAir.com is the official webpage, so make sure you bookmark that. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, anywhere you listen. We're there. Amazon Music, we're there. Wherever you can get it. Leave a thumbs up, leave a 5-star. We'd really appreciate it. Make sure you follow on all the socials over on X at Am I on the Air, at DXDonMega. Same socials over on Threads, so make sure you follow along. Make sure you like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Am I on the Air. Pretty much everything's at Am I on the Air, so it makes it very simple. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all at Am I on the Air. Thank you to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and the Pop Culture Pros. That's reddragonsradio.com. Follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio. And you can follow at popculture_pros for all the great podcasts that they promote. And thank you for always streaming our shows on demand. That'll do it for me tonight. I hope you all have an amazing week. We'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And until next time, y'all. Peace. Red Dragons!